So the place I chose to talk about for power is Forsyth County. This is the county I grew up in all 20 years of my childhood. So to begin with, the old Salem Moravians started here, and we also have Town Creek Indian Mound State Historic Site, the Bethania Historic District, the Rinaldo House and R.J. Reynolds, and Haynes headquarters. These were all places that started prior to 1900s and really gained power and wealthiness and say in the city for a long time. As you can see, I drew arrows where these places have been affected and what they affected. We have Reynolds High School right here. We have Wake Forest University that would be developed here because of the population that was grown from the Reynolds family. We have Krispy Kreme headquarters that developed after the population of people came here. The Winston-Salem City Hall was developed after Old Salem had brought their people here. Winston-Salem State University, similar to Wake Forest University, gained recognition as the population developed from many of these historic sites before. We have a church that I thought was important to point out. It's from 1893, and it really helped the Bethania people develop, and many of them attended there. And we have the Winston-Salem Jail. I thought that was important to point out because of you have to correct people when they do the wrong thing in terms of power, because people get power hungry and, you have to correct them. The Blues Creek Steam Station, I thought that was important because it really gives out jobs and money to people who need it, and that's another source of power. Down here is Clemens, which is more right outside Winston-Salem. It's where I actually grew up. West Forsyth High School is where I attended. You have your Clemens Town Hall, and this is all created because of Tanglewood Park. Tanglewood Park was created much before the actual city of Clemens developed, gave many people jobs, and created a sense of wealth here. I thought it was important to point out goodwill in terms of power, and one of the questions was, what are things that help people out around here? And goodwill is one of them. I drew arrows both ways to my high school because that directly impacted me. I would donate to Goodwill, and I would also buy stuff from Goodwill, so it went two ways. This was my house, which in terms of myself is a pretty big source of power. It's where I grew up. It's where I know. I thought it was important to talk about Chris Paul. He attended West Forsyth High School, and I thought he was an influential person, and up until the last couple of years, he would attend meetings at West Forsyth for the new upcoming freshmen, which is in terms of using his platform as power. I thought it was important to draw arrows from Reynolds High School. I didn't draw them from West, but from Wake Forest and Winston-Salem State, I thought that was in terms of power, and they give people further education just from high school, and these people that attend high schools here go to these universities. And I also put the arrows in from these older places to these headquarters because they gave these people the opportunities to develop these companies and to give these people jobs. I think that's mainly it. This is all where I grew up. I'm familiar with all of these landmarks here. These landmarks all tie together, as you can see, and the circles represent how important I think they are to the area. The Rinaldo House and the R.J. Reynolds family really developed an entire village just on their own property. And the other one was Old Salem. They really brought the group of people here in order to develop the Winston-Salem area. And yeah.